Hello everyone, my name is Jelomar Alano, and to start with our topic, let me first briefly explain to you what is temperature regulation. So, as you can see behind my back, it states there that temperature regulation is important for living organisms because it helps them stay healthy and function properly. All living things like animals and humans need to maintain a stable body temperature to ensure their cells and enzymes work efficiently. So what does it mean? It means na ang temperature regulation is a fundamental process sa both the plant and animal kingdoms. Ito yung ability ng mga living organisms to maintain their body or yung internal temperature within a relatively narrow range despite sa changes ng surrounding environment. This delicate balance is crucial for their survival and overall well-being. Pero why do living organisms need temperature regulation in the first place? So that we will explore that next. The question is, why do living organisms have temperature regulation? So bakit nga ba? Think of temperature regulation in living organisms like na our body's personal thermostat. Tulad ng ating pag-adjust sa temperature in our homes para maging comfortable, ang mga living creatures, they have their own built-in system to keep their body temperature just right or tamang-tama lang. This system is essential for their survival sa iba't ibang environments. Imagine being in a sobrang init na desert or sa freezing winter. Kung ang body temperature natin ay maging too high or too low, it would be like our internal machinery na malfunctioning. And this could harm ourselves at madi-disrupt nito ang vital processes. Temperature regulation is like our body's superhero na tinutulungan tayo na mag-adapt sa mga changes in our surroundings. So, kahit we're facing extreme heat or na sobrang lamig man yan, our body's temperature regulation system ay nag-step in to ensure our well-being. Para siyang having an automatic climate control system it, that keeps us in the Goldilocks zone. Goldilocks zone, ito yung not too hot and not too cold. I would say tamang-tama lang for our body to function at its best. Now, moving on, we will now talk about homostasis and allostasis. So, without further ado, let's start with it. So, homostasis. Imagine your body as a finely tuned orchestra. Tulad ng isang orchestra that needs to maintain harmony and balance during ng performance, your body, it works tirelessly to keep things in tune. And dito na pumapasok si homostasis. Itong homostasis, it's like the conductor of this internal orchestra, kung saan ito yung body's remarkable ability to keep things stable on the inside at kahit sa outside world man ay full of change and unpredictability. So, para siyang tightrope walker where which it use a long pole to keep their balance, just like our body use homeostasis to stay in equilibrium. And this balance involves carefully regulating key factors like temperature, blood pressure, and sugar levels. It's like having an internal control room kung saan lahat ay monitored and adjusted to stay within a narrow range, like a thermostat na nag-ensure your home's temperature is tamang-tama lang. So the magic of homeostasis, it lies in its feedback mechanism. There's, these are like your body's built-in alarm system. Like kung when something goes slightly off key, this mechanism springs into action. They can be negative, like a thermostat kung saan turning off the heater when it's too warm. Or positive naman, like a standing ovation when something is done exceptionally well. So in essence, ang homeostasis is your body's way of ensuring na Kahit ano man ang mangyari outside, you can continue to function optimally on the inside. It's the reason you don't overeat on a hot day or run out of energy when you're active. Ito yung conductor natin that keeps our internal orchestra performing in perfect harmony. So to understand more, here's an example. Body temperature regulation. When you exercise and your body temperature rises, your body activates the cooling mechanism such as sweating to bring the temperature back to the normal range, which is around 98.6 degree Fahrenheit, or in Celsius is 37 degrees Celsius. Conversely, when you're cold, your body shivers to generate heat and raise your temperature back to the set point.
Now, moving on after the homeostasis is we have the allostasis.
Sa allostasis, ngayon naman, once again, imagine. Imagine your body as a master conductor ng isang symphony. And allostasis is like the conductor's ability na to adapt the music to suit different scenes and emotions. Medyo different sa idea of homeostasis, which is all about keeping specific instruments in perfect tune. So, allostasis is the body's way of keeping everything in harmony when facing the ever-changing stage of life. Na instead na mag-focus sa pag-maintain ng same notes, it's all about achieving an overall balance. Just like a composer na nag-craft ng masterpiece that ebbs and flow with the storyline. Another imagine is, picture this. You are faced with a stressful situation like a challenging work deadline or an exciting pero sobrang nakakakaba class presentation. Itong si allostatus, he comes into play as your body adjusts its internal and external response to ensure na you can rise to the occasion. It's like fine-tuning your body and mind to handle the stress, much like a skilled performer adapting to different parts of a play. And here's the exciting part. Allostasis is not a one-size-fits-all solution. Your body, it dynamically changes the set points for various aspects like heart rate, blood pressure, and even mood. And this to keep you on track in the face of those stressors. Parang your body is the ultimate improvisational artist na always striving para mahanap yung perfect rhythm and balance, just like a conductor guiding a symphony through a beautiful and ever-evolving composition. And to give you an example of this is the stress response, and we are all aware about the fight or flight response. Here, when we face with a stressful situation, your body initiates the fight or flight response, in which it involves the release of stress hormones like the cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones increase the heart rate, sharpen focus, and mobilize energy stores. While this temporarily disrupts some aspects of homeostasis, which is the increased heart rate, it allows your body to adapt and respond effectively to the stressor. Allostatic changes, in this case, help you cope with stress and return to a balanced state once the threat has passed.
And that is all for my part. Let's now proceed to the next presenter.
Good day everyone, I am Musleya Singon and today I will be discussing the controlling body temperature. Controlling body temperature is a vital aspect of maintaining overall health and function in the human body. Controlling body temperature is a process known as thermoregulation. It is vital for maintaining the body's optimal functioning. Thermoregulation. It is the body's ability to maintain a stable core temperature. It is controlled by the hypothalamus in the brain. It is also an intricate physiological process by which an organism, including humans, maintains a relatively constant core body temperature despite external temperature variation. This process is vital for the proper functioning of various bodily systems and enzymes. Sweating is a crucial cooling mechanism. When your body gets too hot, sweat glands release sweat onto the skin's surface. Evaporation of sweat helps cool the body. One of the primary mechanisms for cooling the body is sweating. When the body temperature rises, perhaps due to physical activity or hot environmental condition, sweat glands in the skin becomes active. They release sweat onto the skin's surface. The process of sweat evaporation is crucial for cooling. As sweat evaporates, it absorbs heat from the body, which in turn cools you down. These various mechanisms work together seamlessly to maintain the body's core temperature within a narrow range, typically 37 degrees Celsius. This temperature range is optimal for functioning of enzymes, cells, and metabolic processes. Disruption in this balance, such as hypothermia in cold conditions or heat stroke in extreme heat, can lead to health complications and even be life-threatening if not addressed promptly. The hypothalamus, it is a small region in the brain, acts as the body's central thermostat. It continually assesses the temperature of the blood and therefore the core temperature of the body. The hypothalamus is a crucial part of the brain with various essential roles in regulating and maintaining the body's overall physiological balance. The hypothalamus also serves as a critical integrative center in the brain, connecting the nervous system to the endocrine system and ensuring the body's overall homeostasis or internal balance. It receives sensory input from various parts of the body and orchestrates appropriate responses to maintain optimal condition for bodily functions and survival. Behavioral responses to temperature changes. It refers to the conscious action and adaptations that individuals take to regulate their body temperature and adapt to varying environmental conditions. These responses are crucial for maintaining comfort and preventing adverse health effects related to extreme temperatures. For example, clothing choices. People adjust their clothing based on temperature. Kapag mainit, we always use sandos, manipis na shirts, pati pajamas. Minsan naman shorts. Kapag malamig naman, we usually use hoodies and thick clothes. Second example is seeking shelter. Extreme cold or hot weather often prompts individuals to seek shelter. In cold conditions, this means finding heated indoor spaces to escape the cold gaya ng heater sa loob ng bahay na we usually see sa mga cold countries. In hot weather, which is Philippines, seeking shade like yung iba na pinipiling manirahan sa province, since non-polluted ang hangin doon, masarap sa pakiramdam ang simoy ng hangin. Kapag nasa city naman, they always choose to live in the air-conditioned buildings or well-ventilated areas that provides relief. These behavioral responses to temperature changes highlight the adaptability of humans in managing their environment and activities to remain comfortable and safeguard their well-being in varying weather conditions. Such adaptive behaviors are essential for maintaining health and preventing weather-related health issues. So that will be all for my part. Thank you so much.
Good day, I am Eman Hejasi and today I am going to discuss about surviving extreme cold. So dito malalaman natin kung paano makakasurvive ang human and animals through extreme cold. So letter A dito is adaptation of Arctic animals. So alam natin na ang mga Arctic animals ay may iba't ibang katangian that depends on their environmental adaptation. So number 1, fake fur and insulation. So alam natin na ang mga Arctic animals ay makakapal talaga yung balahibo nila to protect their body from different temperature and it serves as their natural insulator. And ang example nito is yung sa polar bear. So ang polar bear makapal talaga yung balahibo nila. And ito yung nagtatrap ng air para hindi makapasok mismo sa loob ng skin nila and ito yung nagpo-protect para hindi mag-freeze yung katawan nila from extreme cold. And it provide excellent thermal resistance. So for example nito is yung The polar bear's fur appears white, which help them blend with their snowy surroundings while retaining heat. Another thing is yung layered fat ng isang polar bear. So, makapal siya. And ito rin yung nagsisilbi paraan para hindi sila agad-agad na mag-freeze or lamigin yung katawan nila. And another thing is yung small ears nila para hindi makapasok yung air sa loob ng tenga nila. And yung large paws naman nila, ginagamit nila to para yung large paws nila, ito yung paraan nila para hindi agad-agad mabibitak yung ice kapag naglalakad sila. So, isa pa dito is yung water repellent. So, kapag lumangoy ang isang polar bear sa icy water, hindi nababasa yung balahibo nila. And kapag wala na sila sa icy water isinishake nila yung katawan nila para malaglag yung mga na-trap na tubig sa balahibo nila. So, number 2 is layered fat reserves. So, ang mga Arctic animals ay katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, may mga taba sila or makakapal yung balat nila. And ito yung, ang dalawang purpose nito is yung first, energy resource nila. So, kapag during scarcity, hindi sila nakakakain. So, dahil nga mataba sila or may fat sila sa katawan, hindi agad-agad sila nakakaramdam ng gutom. So, ang example nito is yung sa mga seals, 'di ba? Makakapal yung balat nila, may taba sila. And number 2 na purpose niya is yung blabbers. So, ang blabbers, ito yung nagpo-protect sa kanila para hindi sila makaramdam ng lamig and hindi sila mag-freeze during extreme cold. Number 3, specialized appendages. So, some of the Arctic animals have their specialized appendages adapted to their environment. So, example nito is yung sa mga penguin. So, di ba ang mga penguin meron silang flippers or yung palikpik na ginagamit nila kapag lumalangoy sila. So, their flippers have counter-current heat exchange system to minimize heat loss. And ang flippers nila is yun nga, and kaya nilang ito yung tumutulong sa kanila para magstay sila sa icy water in a long period. So, ang mga penguin din have their thick layer of feathers. So, may mga feathers din pala ang penguin, and it traps the air and it serves as their insulator against cold. And isa pa, blubber's layer. So, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, kapag during scarcity, ito yung nakatulong sa kanila para hindi sila agad makaramdam ng gutom. And huddling behavior. So, during extreme cold, kapag sobrang lamig na is nagsasama-sama sila to produce heat. And lastly is waterproof feathers. So, ang ang mga penguin is kapag bago sila lumangoy, nagpo-produce yung beak nila ng oil and ikinakalat nila sa feathers nila para magkaroon ng oil, and yun yung nagsisilbing waterproof para hindi mabasa yung katawan nila kapag lumangoy sila sa mga icy water or sa ocean. So, letter B, hibernation and torpor. So, first, what is hibernation and torpor? So, ang hibernation, it is the period where spending the winter in a dormant state. And yung torpor naman is, ito yung katulad din ng hibernation, ito yung pagiging inactivity ng isang animals. So, during hibernation and extreme cold, animals undergo a state of reduced metabolic activity to conserve energy and survive harsh conditions. So, number 1, reducing metabolic activity. So, katulad sa mga bears, during hibernation, bumababa yung kanilang metabolic activity. So, nagde-decrease din yung heart rate nila and yung paghinga nila or yung respiration. And yun nga, sa pagbaba ng kanilang metabolic activity, ito yung nakakatulong para makasurvive sila, and yung naka-restored na fat sa kanilang katawan ang nagsisilbing um, conserve energy nila to survive. And ang mga bears, nababawasan ng 30% yung kanilang weight during hibernation. So number 2, maintaining low body temperature. So ang mga Arctic animals, kaya nilang i-maintain yung body temperature nila and during extreme cold. And they can lower their normal operating temperature. So by doing this, kaya nilang i-minimize yung energy expenditure nila and they can decrease their needs for food. And by doing this also, yung ganitong strategy nila is kaya na nilang makasurvive during extreme cold while hibernation. So number 2, maintaining low body temperature. So ang mga Arctic animals, kaya nilang i-maintain yung body temperature nila and during extreme cold. And they can lower their normal operating temperature. So by doing this, kaya nilang i-minimize yung energy expenditure nila and they can decrease their needs for food. And by doing this also, yung ganitong strategy nila is kaya na nilang makasurvive during extreme cold while hibernation. So moving on to letter C, which is human cold survival. So paano nga ba makaka-survive ang human during extreme cold? So number 1, proper clothing and layering. So during extreme cold, yung mga tao, nagsusuot sila ng mga kapal na damit para hindi makapasok or hindi nila maramdaman agad sa katawan nila yung lamig, especially dun sa mga tao na palaging lumalabas. And mapapansin natin sa ibang mga bansa na nagkakaroon ng snow and ice, 'di ba, nagsusuot sila ng mga makakapal and yung mga mabalahibo na damit para maging comfortable sila, and yun yung nagbibigay ng warm temperature sa kanilang katawan. And another thing, yung importante din yung mga clothing na magiging comfortable tayo sa loob ng ating katawan, like yung sa underwear. So yung iba nagsusuot ng thermal underwear para makaramdam sila ng warm temperature sa kanilang katawan. Number 2, shelter building. So during extreme cold, nagbi-build yung mga tao ng shelter para makasurvive sila during this situation. So yung iba, gumagawa sila ng gawa sa mga woods, and yung iba naman is yung iglo. So ang iglo, ito yung makaluma na ginagawa noon ng mga tao, which is ang gumagawa noon is yung mga indigenous Arctic people. So ito yung tinatawag na iglo. So ang iglo, gawa din siya sa ice, which is binuo siya and pa-rounded yung shape niya. And kung magtataka kayo kung bakit hindi siya malamig, kasi kapag sa loob ka na niya is mararamdaman mo doon or nagre-release yung ice na yun ng heat sa katawan. And kapag for example is marami kayo sa loob ng iglo na yun, is nagre-release din yung tao ng warm, which is yun yung nagpo-provide ng heat sa tao doon sa loob ng iglo na yun. And another thing, may butas siya na maliit, and doon pumapasok yung air, which is the carbon dioxide, para makahinga yung tao sa loob. Number 3, which is the last, yung fire making techniques. So ang mga tao during extreme cold, gumagawa sila ng iba't ibang fire making techniques para makapag-produce ng apoy. And ito yung nagsisilbing warm temperature sa katawan natin and sa paligid natin. So during sa mga camping, ganon, kung na-experience natin yan, and yung sa mga movies, ganon yung ginagawa nila, na gumagawa sila ng apoy para mag-provide ng heat. And may iba't ibang techniques dito. So una dito is yung flint and steel, which is yung pinagkikiskis yung mga bato to create fire kapag uminit na siya, and yung creating friction. So yung ginagawa naman dito is yung katulad sa battery, ganon, and yung fuel. And may technique sila doon para mag-create siya ng apoy. And yung iba naman is ang ginagawa nila yung glass, like yung shades or magnifying glass and other kinds of glass. Itinatama nila yun sa araw, and yung light niya is tinatama nila doon sa object na pwedeng masunog and makakapag-create na ng fire. So by doing this, may save mo yung life mo sa low temperature or during extreme cold. So another thing is yung technological tools. So dahil nasa modern technologies na tayo, marami ng iba't ibang uri um, ng ng technology or gadgets that create heat to provide the temperature or para ma-normal yung temperature sa katawan natin and sa environment natin. So that's the end of my report. Thank you.
So let us proceed to the advantages of constant high body temperature. It involves the enhanced metabolic activity, improve immune function, and the last one is to enhance muscle performance. So, an advantage for humans to have a constant body temperature, in particularly enzymes in a body cells must have the correct temperature to be able to catalyze chemical reactions. Extreme of body temperature are dangerous. High temperature can cause dehydration, heat stroke, and death if untreated. So, it is important to emphasize that a constant high body temperature outside the normal range can be a sign of illness or an underlying medical condition. It's generally not advisable to intentionally raise your body temperature unless under the guidelines of a healthcare professional. Here are some of the function of the enzymes. Number one is catalysis. Enzymes accelerate the rates of chemical reactions without being consumed in the process. Number two, specificity is a crucial for maintaining the order and efficiency of biological processes. Number three is regulation. Enzymes activity can be regulated in response to various factors such as temperature and the concentration of substance of inhibitors. And number four is the metabolism. Metabolisms enzymes play a central role in metabolism, including processes like digestion, energy production, um, in um, in the critic acid cycle. And number five is the DNA replication and repair. Enzymes are involved in replications, repair, and recombinations. So let us proceed to the enhanced metabolic activity. A is the faster enzymatic reaction. Enzymes are essential for various biochemical processes in the body, such as digestion and energy production. Elevated body temperature can accelerate enzymatic reactions, aiding the breakdown of food. For example, the enzyme amylase, responsible for breaking down carbohydrates in the mouth, and small intestine become more active at higher temperatures, facilitating better digestions. So, enzymes are essentials for the functioning of living organisms, and their precise control and activity are crucial for maintaining life processes. Next is the increased energy production. Cellular respiration, the process by which cells produce energy, is influenced by the body temperature. A higher body temperature can boost metabolic rates, resulting in increased energy production. So, this extra energy can be beneficial for physical activities, allowing individuals to perform strenuous tasks more efficiently. One example of how enzymes increase energy
production in living organisms through the process of glycolysis. Glycolysis is the initial step in glucose metabolism, which occurs in the cytoplasm of cells. This is a fundamental process in both aerobic and anaerobic respiration and is essential for powering various cellular activities and maintaining the overall energy balance in living organisms. Number two, improve immune function. Enhance immune response. The immune system plays a crucial role in defending the body against pathogens. When the body temperature rises due to the infection or illness, it triggers a fever response. This elevated body temperature helps activate immune cells, making them more efficient at identifying and combating invading microorganism. So ito na yung mga time na nagre-react ang ating body through sa ating na-experience or ano yung mga, for example, is panahon. So, may nagpa-trigger sa katawan natin or nag-infect na para mag-cause na magkaroon tayo ng sakit. So, ito na yung time para kumilos yung ating immune system kung gaano nga ba kalakas para labanan yung um, infection or bacteria na pupunta sa ating katawan. So, malaki ang role ng pag-enhance ng response ng ating immune cell sa mga bacteria. Kaya may mga tinitake na mga vitamins or healthy food para para lumakas ang ating immune system. B. Better defense against pathogens. Many pathogens, such as bacteria and viruses, have optimal growth temperatures that are lower than the human body's normal temperature. When the body's temperature rises during a fever, it creates an inhospitable environment for these pathogens, making it more challenging for them to survive and reproduce. So, a more effective defense against pathogens involve a several key components for the immune system working together. So, number one dito is the physical barriers. Maintaining strong physical barriers such as interact skin and to prevent pathogens from the entering the body, siguro kailangan natin i-improve ang ating sarili by mag-proper hygiene tayo, tapos mag-involve tayo sa mga exercise, ganon, tapos magpa-vaccine tayo. The vaccine is to acquire immunity against specific pathogens. Kunwari, punta kayo sa doktor, tapos kung ano yung mga allergy and mga nararamdaman ninyo, mag-consult kayo sa doktor kung ano yung vaccine na para sa inyo. So, yun naman, mag-practice tayo ng hygiene natin. Yung katulad ng sabi ko kanina, practice good hygiene such as regular hand washing to reduce the risk of pathogens transmission. Kasi ang iba na pathogens is nakukuha natin sa atin mismo, sa sarili natin, kung ano yung mga ginagawa natin. And then, nutritions and healthy. Maintaining a balanced diet and overall health. And pumili tayo ng mga kakainin natin kasi hindi natin alam na may masamang or may marumi tayong nakain, ganun. For example, dito is yung mga nasa street food, hindi natin alam kung anong mga klaseng iba't ibang alikabok yung dumapo sa natin sa pagkain, and then nakain natin. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng infection sa ating sarili. And then, pathogen-specific defense employ pathogen-specific strategies such as using antiviral drugs for viral infection and antibiotics for bacteria infection. Yun na yung sabi ko sa number 2 na kaya kailangan natin ng parang immune boosters. No? Some supplements or food rich in vitamins and minerals like vitamin C and zinc can support immune function, but they are not a substitute for a healthy lifestyle. So, dapat hindi natin i-base doon lang na parang yun na, inom lang tayo ng gamot para maboost ang ating immune system. Remember, kailangan din natin kumilos, mag-exercise, at pumili ng ating kakainin, i-practice natin ang proper diet, and yun nga, yung sabi ko, regular exercise talaga. And ito yung pinaka kulang siguro sa mga tao, no, yung dapat kailangan natin ng sapat na tulog, because ensure you get enough rest at lack of sleep can weaken the immune system. So, iba yung feeling na um, sapat yung tulog natin, parang mas nakaka-rest yung katawan natin, parang doon yun nakakakuha ng energy yung ating immune system. So remember that the specific strategy to defend against pathogens may vary depending on the stage of pathogens, the individual health status, and the environment. It's important, it's important to consult with the healthcare professionals for personalized advice and treatment when dealing with infectious diseases. So let us proceed to the enhanced muscle performance. A. Improve muscles contraction efficiency. Muscles functions more efficiently at higher temperatures. Elevated body temperatures promotes better blood flow to muscles, increasing oxygen delivery and nutrient supply. This in turn improves the efficiency of muscles contractions, allowing for faster and more powerful movements. So, muscles function can be influenced by temperature, and higher temperatures can have both positive and negative effect on muscles performance. So, first is the warm up. This increases muscle temperature, improves blood flow, and help prepare the muscles for more strenuous exercise. Kaya di ba makita natin ang bago nag-gym or bago nag-zumba ang ating mga kakilala or nag-start ang PE sa school, is kailangan talaga ng warm up para hindi mabigla yung ating body. And staying well hydrated is crucial for optimal muscle performance in hot conditions. So, kailangan talaga kapag gumagawa tayo ng mga ma-boost ang ating cardiovascular, is kailangan stay hydrated tayo para may lakas tayo, hindi tayo makolapse, hindi mag-react yung katawan natin, bigla tayong mag-blackout. Kailangan uminom tayo ng maraming water. So, optical timing then is consider scheduling physical activities during cooler parts of the day, such as early morning or late afternoon, to minimize the impact of higher temperature on muscle function. Kasi ang body natin is may kanya-kanyang parang kumbaga schedule. Kunwari, morning person ka or sa afternoon, doon bagay yung katawan mo na kumilos kasi in the morning marami kang ginagawa. So, kailangan ayusin natin or paglaanan natin ng oras ang ating body clock sa pagdating dito sa mga time na to. Kunwari, ang body clock natin is for exercising is may gabi, may hapon, may morning, 'di ba? Kailangan natin i-kondisyon yung ating sarili. So, use of cold compress. Applying cold compresses or ice packs to muscles before and after exercise can help reduce muscles soreness and inflammation caused by the higher temperature. So, 'di ba kapag nag-exercise tayo, nagbo-burn yun ng fats or nagbabawas, 'di ba? So, napanood ko sa isang YouTube video, naggi-gym sila, after nila mag-gym is binababad nila yung sarili nila sa ice. Kasi daw may tulong yon sa ating katawan. So, nabanggit natin kanina, as mahalaga talaga pampaboost ng muscle at pag meron tayong proper nutrition. So, ensure that you have a balanced diet that provides adequate in nutrients as the body's metabolic rate can increase in higher temperature. 'Di ba? Kunwari, nag-apply ka sa isang gym, 'pag nag-apply ka sa isang gym, kailangan mong makinig sa iyong trainer, 'di ba? May binibigay siya ng mga guidelines na kailangan nating sundin kasi para naman 'yun sa sarili natin. Kunwari nagbigay siya sa atin na kailangan ito lang yung kakainin mo, so kailangan mag-follow tayo sa instruction. Hindi naman 'yun ibibigay kung bibiglain tayo kasi kailangan talaga i-kondisyon mo na yung sarili natin. Hanggang ma-adapt na ng katawan natin na dahan-dahan na ma-adapt natin yung proper diet na kailangan natin during na ginagawa natin yung exercise. So, listen to your body. Pay attention to signs of heat-related stress, exhaustion. If you start to feel dizzy, excessively fatigue, or experience muscle cramps, it's important to stop exercising and cool down immediately. Kasi, for example, bago nagsisimula yung PE, di ba? Inaas mo na ng mga teachers sino yung may mga hika, ganon. Kasi hindi kaya ng katawan nila na mag-perform ng exercise na yun. For example, ikaw may hika ka tapos yung activity nyo sa school is mag-jog, ganon. So, hindi yun pwede kasi maaari kang mag-collapse, maaring mag-block out ang iyong paningin. So, may mga exercise na para lang sa'yo, may exercise na hindi para sa'yo. So, kailangan mag-listen tayo sa body natin kung ano lang yung kaya na ating katawan. It takes time para masana yung katawan natin, magawa yung mga dati hindi natin nagagawa. Para hindi natin mabigla yung katawan. So, the last one is rest and recovery. Rest and recovery time between exercise session are important. High temperature can increase the risk of overtraining and muscle fatigue. So, pag nag-apply ka sa gym, na nabasa ko lang sa YouTube is, may mga day talaga or days na kailangan i-rest mo yung katawan mo. Hindi palagi na nagbubuhat ka, hindi palagi na parang i-over mo yung katawan mo kasi syempre tao ka rin at yung body mo is nagpa-participate lang kung ano yung ginagawa mo. Hindi pwede na yung utak mo sige lang ng sige but your body is dead, parang pagod na. So, kailangan mag-rest tayo, hintayin natin na kung kailan available naman yung katawan natin. So, it's important to note that extreme heat can be dangerous and individuals should take to avoid heat-related illnesses such as heat stroke. Always prioritize safety when exercising in high temperature environment and consult with healthcare professional if you have specific concern or condition that might be affected by temperature. So, B. Greater strength and endurance. Athletes often engage in warm-up exercise before competition to raise their body temperature. So, ginagawa ito ng mga athlete bago sila isabak sa training or ipasok sila sa isang competition. Mahaba pa ang day ng competition is sinasanay na sila para araw-araw yung pattern na ginagawa nila is sa isang sport is um, nag improve kada araw. Yung kunwari yung example dito yung paghinga nila, gano'n, and yung lakas na nakukuha nila. So, this process known as thermal preparation in changes muscle performance. For example dito is yung pag involved ka sa running, ano yung mga ginagawa mo, ano yung mga hobbies na yon is, di ba, tumatakbo ka. Pag tumatakbo ka, ano yung target dito, yung muscles natin or yung bagtak natin sa legs natin. So, yun, nagpe-prepare siya kung araw-araw ka nagtitraining. So, ang result nun is maganda pag araw-araw. And pagdating ng competition, is condition na yung katawan mo. yung speed ng pagtakbo mo is nag-enhance. So, as a result, athletes can demonstrate greater strength and endurance during their activities. Malalasan dito yung risk ng injuries kung araw-araw nagpa-practice tayo kasi alam mo na yung mga hindi dapat gawin during the perform of your sport. Bilang isang athlete, aware ka doon na pag ginawa mo yung um, wala sa training mo, may posibilidad na mai-injure ka. So, para maiwasan natin yon kailangan isanay natin yung sarili natin sa training.
So today I will discuss the mechanisms of temperature regulation. So I will discuss it comprehensively, the mechanisms of the brain in terms of balancing the temperature that experiencing by the organisms, uh, in terms of the situation if the environment is hot or cold. So what are those mechanisms that do by the brain in order to regulate the temperature to their body. To discuss it furtherly, I will start to identify the part of our brain na may pakana sa temperature regulation. So, sa part ng ating brain is may tinatawag na hypothalamus. Ang hypothalamus is siya ang nagbabalance ng temperature if if the body of the organism experiencing the hot or cold temperature. So for example, yung hiker. So ang hiker is usually known na nag-hike siya sa lalo na yung matirik ang araw. Ibig sabihin, mainit din yung environment na nilalakaran niya. So ang normal body temperature ng tao is 37 degrees Celsius. So yun na yung pinaka-maximum kapag aangat ka ng 37.1, 37.3 is lalagnatin ka na. So, ang ginagawa ng hypothalamus is, ayun nga, is nag-regulate siya ng temperature. So, dahil mainit ang araw, so si hypothalamus ay magsisignal sa katawan ni hiker na, uy, masyado nang mainit ang environment na nilakaran mo. So, kailangan mo na ng mechanisms para hindi mo maramdaman yung init ng araw. So, ang ginagawa ni hypothalamus is to giving signal directly to the sweat glands na para magpawis siya. So, yun nga, pagkakapapainit ang araw is ramdam natin is nagpapawis tayo. So, isa yun sa may pakana si hypothalamus. So, kapag nagpapawis tayo is after 5 minutes to 10 minutes is nakakaramdam di ba tayo ng lamig sa katawan. So yun yung ginagawa ni hypothalamus para kahit papaano hindi natin maramdaman yung init ng araw. Same case din kapag malamig yung environment natin. So ang pinakalimbawa nun is kapag nasa aircon tayo. So kapag matagal tayong naka-expose sa aircon is nakakaramdam tayo ng malamig. And usually nakakaramdam tayo ng malamig sa katawan natin kapag yung katawan natin is walang damit o kaya walang cover. So usually kapag halimbawa nakasando ka. So usually dito na part is nakaramdaman mo na malamig. So yun yung ginawa niya to give signal to the organism na kailangan gumawa siya ng paraan upang mapunan yung naramdaman niya na lamig. So, either magsusuot ka ng jacket para kahit paano hindi ka malalamigan o kaya lalabas ka mismo sa environment na yun o kaya sa room na yun na may aircon. So, yun yung ginagawa ni hypothalamus sa atin. So, the hypothalamus can sense the temperature at the same time give responses to the body. So, hypothalamus, no? So, maraming role ang hypothalamus sa katawan natin, hindi lang siya in terms of temperature regulation. So, isa rin siya sa mga pakana na ba't tayo nakakaramdam ng gutom. So, isa rin siya sa nag-regulate ng metabolism natin. So, siya rin nagsasabi na, "Uy, gutom ka na, so kailangan mo ng kumain." So, gano'n rin kapag ikaw ay kailangan na matulog. So, kapag antok ka na, si hypothalamus is nagsasend ah, ng mga signal sa katawan mo na kailangan matulog ka na. So, kaya nga tayo nahihikab. So, kasi yun yung senyalis na kailangan na natin matulog. So, maraming functions pa yan. So, isa rin sa mga may pakana, no, is to regulate the hormones sa katawan natin. So, yung mga hormones sa katawan like the oxytocin, dopamine, and other forms of hormones is siya yung nagsisikret o nagsasabi sa pituitary gland na kailangan mo ito i-secrete. So, ilabas. So, halimbawa, if you are receiving validation from the others, so, ang hormone na lumalabas sa atin is ang dopamine. So, sa hypothalamus ay sinasabi niya sa pituitary gland na, uy, you are receiving validation outside external forces. So, kailangan mag-secret ka ng ganito, and then yung body ng taon or yung tao na yun is nakaramdam ng kasayahan sa kanyang katawan. And in the same case kapag ang tao ay kinikilig. So, in terms of in love, ang tao is nakakaramdam din siya ng ganong hormones. But, oxytocin yung nare-release niya. So, ganun rin kapag may intimate na nangyayari between the two person. So, oxytocin din ang may pakana nun. Like what I said, grabe ang influence ng hypothalamus sa katawan. So, especially in peripheral system. Like kung na-mention kanina, pituitary gland is a part of our peripheral system. The digestive system, the metabolism. So, yung mga glands na yun, like mga sweat glands is si hypothalamus yun, kumbaga siya yung nag-regulate ng mga nun, ng mga organs na yun, o kaya man ng mga glands na yun para magampanan na maayos yung mga tasks na kailangan nilang gawin sa katawan ng isang tao. So, yun nga. Ang hypothalamus din is, kumbaga, it is, may term siya na ginagamit na it uses a feedback loop. So, kumbaga, paulit-ulit niya ginagawa yung mga ginagawa niya. So, feedback loop ang tawag doon. So, like for example, yung hiker kanina. So, kapag yung hiker today is hike siya na matirik ang araw, so, ganun rin yung nagawa na hypothalamus. So, magpapawis ka rin. So, magpapawis ka rin, tapos, kapag na-release ka ng pawis is gagaan o kaya lalamig yung pagkiramdam mo. So, after kinabukasan is ganun rin ang gagawin niya sa hiker if ang hiker is mag-hike ulit na matirik ang araw. So, paulit-ulit lang yan. Paulit-ulit hanggang sa matapos yung buhay ng isang tao. So, dun na yung titigil kapag tapos na. Kaya, we are reaching our mortality. So, ganun yung ginagawa niya hypothalamus. So, ulit-ulit. So, that's a feedback loop. So, ginagawa ni hypothalamus itong feedback loops kasi to adapt the changes in terms of external environment. So, yun nga, kapag nakaramdam tayo ng init and malamig, si hypothalamus ay nagsasend ng signals directly sa katawan natin. So, it is for our survivability din, no? Na kahit pa paano makaka-adjust tayo kahit anong klase environment. So, kahit pa swimming tayo, so kahit pa makaka-adapt tayo kapag na-expose tayo sa mainit o kaya sa mga mahirap na trabaho like the construction, mga trabaho sa construction. So, o kaya naglaro kayo ng basketball. So, sa hypothalamus is direct to magsisend sa katawan mo ng ganun. So, pangit naman na naglalaro ka na hindi ka nagpapawis kasi talagang mainit talaga ang pakiramdam mo, and hindi mo rin talaga ma-enjoy yung ginagawa mo. And because of hypothalamus, no, kahit anong season is ang human is makaka-adapt. So, halimbawa, kapag nasa Japan ka, so ang Japan is nakaka-experience ng 4 season o kaya kahit na tagulan is nakaka-adapt yung katawan natin. Kapag kahit na tayo taga Pilipinas is kapag pupunta tayo doon is makaka-adapt tayo because of this part of our brain na tinatawag na hypothalamus. So kahit pag winter, makaka-adapt tayo. O kahit humid man yan o kahit anong kind of environment is makaka-adapt tayo. So ang purpose nito is to for survivability. Kapag walang hypothalamus, and then wala tayo, hindi tayo mabuhay o kaya hindi tayo tatagal sa buntong ibabaw na ito. So it is really good na meron tayong ganito para kahit anong gawin, kahit ano sa tayo mapunta is makaka-adapt tayo, and then eventually the main thing is makasurvive tayo. Yun yung kagandahan ng pagkaroon ng hypothalamus na ng mga tao at saka ng mga iba't ibang organisms. So that's all my discussion about the mechanisms in terms of temperature regulation. So thank you.